Hey everyone, it is Crystal with Pineapple Papers and happy Sunday. So today is Sketch Sunday and the Sketch Sunday crew and I have picked this particular sketch. And this sketch is done by Jenn, who is Kay's mom here on YouTube. So we did an exclusive sketch for Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life last week. And this week we found this one by Jenn. I love when we can take sketches that were created by our fellow peeps and use them. So I will have Jenn's information linked down below as well. Now I am also playing with Baby Got Scraps. So as you can see here, I have a pile of scraps. And I have 3 photos, and what I decided to do was to kind of make page kits. I didn't make a ton, but as my scraps continue to be on my floor, when I go to make a layout, I am trying to use them up and not put them back in the bin. So we'll see how many I actually get done. I've done a few of them, so I should have some just Baby Got Scraps layouts for you coming up, and then maybe I'll get some more done and maybe just a layout share at the end of the day. So the way Baby Got Scraps works is you can only have one piece of pattern, full 12 by 12 pattern paper. The rest has to be scraps. So all of mine are scraps except for the white piece of paper in the background. And I actually pulled it from a paper pad, and it was just one I didn't think I was going to use. So I was like, well, that's kind of perfect. So it's kind of like a scrap because I'm not sure that I would ever use it. So if you ever have pattern papers in a paper pad that you're like, I wouldn't like this, then definitely pull them out and put them in your white cardstock, and it works just fine. So in the sketch, there are several strips of paper, and I thought this is perfect for a scrap layout. It calls for 4 sets of strips and 3 photos. So I have my 3 photos. This was my son's first baseball game last year. And so I had 3 photos, which I thought, well, that's perfect. And so I went through my scraps and I picked out some blue and yellow because those are their colors. And those are the colors in his uniform. So I felt like it worked pretty good. So I just cut them into random strips. I don't even know how big they are. There was no method to my madness. So I decided to do a top and a bottom. And then I decided to do one middle one kind of as a shelf to hold the 3 photos. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start by backing the photos with my scraps, and some of the scraps will not be full mats, and that's okay. I'm just happy to use up some of those scraps. And then I'm going to go ahead and do all of the strips. Now, they're not completely straight. And you can see in the sketch, it's pretty straight, but mine's not very straight. So I do actually try to straighten it out. The one nice thing is that square paper that it's kind of easy. If I can get that one straight, then I can get the other one straight. So this is my new T-square ruler, and it's ginormous. But it works. I just have to figure out how to use it. So I got that down, and once I had that blocked paper, kind of graph paper looking, I felt like I could get the other pieces on pretty good. Now, I didn't have a ton of yellow, so I'm only going to put the yellow in the middle strip, but the rest are the same. So as you can see in the sketch, there is quite a bit of mixed media. So I decided to pull out my Distress Oxides. This one is in Faded Jeans, and I'm going to use it around the edge of the cardstock and just do kind of an inky border. And then I'm going to put some on my glass mat with some water and try to do some splatters. Now, I don't know if I just needed more or what. I did get some splatters, but not very much. So I'm going to do it with the blue. And then I'm also going to get some in Scattered Straw. So I'm going to get the blue and the yellow. And then I'm going to finish off the splatters with some black. So as you can see, I'm a little lazy, and I'm just going to clean off my brush with some water and a baby wipe. So it works. Amazingly enough, none of my splatters look green, so that works out pretty good. So this is Heidi Swapp Color Shine in black, and I'm just going to put it all over. And I kind of let it dry, but not very much. Now, I did get some splatters on my new trimmer, so I had to clean that off a bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue down my pictures after I try to get all of the ink off of my hands, because I tend to wear the ink that I splatter. How? I don't know, but it definitely happens. So I'm going to go ahead and glue down my photos. And like I said, they're going to kind of land on this ledge. I'm going to call that strip a ledge. And then I'm going to go through a couple of embellishments. And that's kind of the thing with the Baby Got Scraps, is because you're starting with all your scratch pieces of paper, there's not really a kit associated with them. And I have really become quite a kit scrapper. And not to say that I can't do the other, but I definitely do a lot of scrapping with kits, and I do like that. So I had to dig through and find some things. So I found a couple Bramble Fox perspectives, that sun and the cloud. And then when I went to get my title, which is Baseball Love, that love is from, I think, a Dear Lizzie. Yes, from a Dear Lizzie chipboard called Lovely. And I also pulled the hearts from there. And then a couple of khaki pieces. One says Good Vibes, one's an arrow, and one is a heart. And I felt like that went really well with the dirt. And then a couple of enamel dots, and then a chipboard flare that says You Amaze Me. Oh, and that rub-on that says Wins and Losses. So that's going to do it. Make sure you give Jen some love for this sketch, as well as everybody else who is playing along today. Their links will be down below. And remember to wear your crown. We'll see you next week. Bye.